So now let's talk about AppSync. So AppSync is a managed service that uses GraphQL in the backend. So anytime you see GraphQL, think AppSync. And GraphQL, what is it? Well, it makes it easy for applications to get exactly the data they need. That includes if you want to combine data from one or more sources of data. So it could be a NoSQL data store, a relational database, HTTP APIs, also has integration with DynamoDB, Aurora, Elasticsearch, and others. And you can even get data from custom sources using Lambda. The idea is that this data is going to be retrieved together and sent back to the client. And the particularity of AppSync is that the data can be retrieved in real time with WebSockets or MQTT on WebSockets. So this real-time aspect is very big and something that the exam may test you on. So for mobile applications, AppSync also gives you local data access and data synchronization. And just to get started, you need to upload one GraphQL schema and off you go. So how does AppSync work? Well, you have AppSync in here and your clients are accessing AppSync. Very important, mobile apps, web apps, real-time dashboards, or even for offline synchronizations. Within AppSync, you have GraphQL schemas and then resolvers, and these resolvers know how to get the data from the various sources of data. So it could be DynamoDB, Aurora, Elasticsearch Service, Lambda, which leads you to pretty much any kind of source you want, or HTTP to lead to public HTTP APIs. Finally, of course, you monitor AppSync with CloudWatch metrics and logs. So from an exam perspective, AppSync is going to be used whenever you see GraphQL or whenever you need to have access to real-time data as well for an API. Next, we have an integration between AppSync and Cognito. So we can perform authorization on Cognito users based on the groups that they belong to. So in the GraphQL schema, you specify the security of your Cognito groups, just like this. So you have a type and you have at AWS auth, and then you define Cognito groups of bloggers and readers. So both bloggers and readers can do a query, but on the type mutation to add a post, only bloggers can actually add a post because they are authorized to do so. So from a solution architecture perspective, the client is going to authenticate with Cognito, get a JWT token, and pass that JSON web token into AppSync. Then AppSync is going to verify the token and make sure it's authorized with Cognito. And then, as you can see in the resolvers that I wrote right here in your GraphQL schema, the resolvers are going to look at the group that the user in Cognito belongs to. And then, if it's all good, then access, for example, your backend. It could be a DynamoDB database. Okay, so that's it. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next lecture.